are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I got sent an Ask Boyle today, and it's just one of those Ask Boyles where you're like, I don't think I should leave this a week. A week is probably a long time to leave this one hanging. I probably shouldn't answer it at all, but I definitely shouldn't leave it a week. So it's Ask Boyle again today, and we've got a pretty serious one. So here it is. It's from Ben Scott. Hey Boyle, you cunt. Long time listener, first time Ask Boiler. So I am fucked. What else is new? Slightly different fuck this time though. I've been signed off work with stress, burnout after holding an engineering career down for about 20 years of fucking hating it. What can I say? It needed the fucking money. I usually run about 5 days a week to stay sane and to semi-legitimize my public lycra wearing and my public semis. As a comedic philosophizing crane driver with some retrospectively earned tradie certificates, I know you will want full medical details. My resting heart rate is normally about 60 beats per minute. It's been stuck at 75 for weeks now. Fucking doctor says I can't run or basically do anything much till it goes back to normal. So a few weeks into that and my fucking brain has had no outlet, so it's just eating itself. Proper hardcore depression flare up. So to my question, every cunt who listens to and makes this podcast is or has been depressed as fuck. We all know that dark hopelessness. So le Boyle. How the fuck do we find hope when we're back in the darkness yet again, but it feels different? And the fucking hope well is just dry this time. P.S. Fuck Adrian. P.P.S. I take the brain drugs, see the psychologist, meditate, and all that sort of shit already. If I wanted conventional advice, I wouldn't be fucking asking you, would I? Well, beam me up, Scotty. You have come to the right place. Or have you? You could be the judge of that. It sounds like you're in a real fucking pickle there. You've exhausted every fucking direction, and your heart rate being high has taken the legs out from under you. The first thing I would remember is the Buddhist concept of impermanence. Everything is temporary. Every single thing in the universe is impermanent. The way you feel in your mind, an atom from fucking 1 second to the next. My Patreon subscribers. All right, this isn't time for joking, is it? So just use that. That can be your anchor. It's an undeniable truth in Buddhism. So just anchor yourself down with that. That's not going to help you too much, but it will give you some like foundation to build from. So from there, you need to like make your world real fucking small. Like when you're in pain or you're injured or fucking going through some brutal shit, your world becomes real small. It's just fucking minute to minute, hour to hour. You don't think about the future. You don't think about the past. You just get in the present as much as you possibly can, and you deal with that. You're going to have to let yourself off the hook on everything. Fucking, if you need to lie in bed for fucking 12 hours, just lie in bed for 12 hours. If the only thing you can do day to day for like fucking a month is walk from your fucking bed to the fridge, keep yourself fucking nourished, then that's your goal for that day. Just achieve that. Just get to the fridge, have something to eat, and then fucking get back into bed. You don't think about like fucking work, career. I know your mind's fucking going a zillion miles per hour, but you need to fucking apply the brakes to it somehow. And letting yourself off the hook in these situations is like a big part of it. I remember when I fucking burst my lung and shit like that. For some reason, you're just sitting there, even though you can't do anything, you're sitting there going, oh, I'm missing out on fucking like doing exercise. I'm missing out on this. I should be doing a gig. I'm fucking this. I'm fucking that. Just, you can't be thinking like that. You just got to be like, all right, let's batten down the fucking hatches. We're dealing with this. This is the only thing we're dealing with. We're dealing with the fucking mind spinning out of control and the heart rate fucking going out of control, which they're both feeding into each other at this point, aren't they? While you're in bed and you're immobile, fuck around with some like breathing, deep breathing, and just controlled exhaling. Just breathe in, breathe out. Just play a game with yourself. Try and get good at controlling your outward breath. It's hard. It's like meditation. Breathing, controlling your breath and focusing on breathing is so fucking hard. Like when someone's like, take 3 deep breaths, you get bored of it after like a breath and a half. But that's what people do with panic attacks. You get control of the breath again, and it sounds like you're in a prolonged 4-week panic attack. You know, it's real hard giving advice to people who are suffering mentally, who have got some mental shit going on, because it's easier said than done. I think about it all the time with my brother. My brother with schizophrenia. I'm like, what would I do in his situation? What could I do? And I've got into those deep fucking like schizophrenic paranoia episodes like a few times, and there's very little that you can do. It's just panic and try and hold on, and hopefully it passes, the wave passes. But schizophrenia is a little bit different because it doesn't pass. The other problem you have is the thing that you do to keep yourself sane has been taken away from you, the running. And I just know from my experience, if I'm not exercising, my mental health just deteriorates like rapidly. So I would recommend you get your body moving in some way, but something that's not strenuous. You're going to have to do some fucking like real basic yoga or something like that. Just like fucking baby level yoga, but really focus on the breath and controlling the breath in the positions, but also you need to get the blood flowing. So you need to do something, but you'll probably only get inspiration to do that when things get their absolute worst. When you just can't lie in bed because you're getting chewed out by your own mind and you just have to do something, that's when you'll get down and do a little bit of yoga. And I think you find if you focus on the breathing and the stretching, it will help regulate your heartbeat. Unless you've already tried that, I wouldn't fucking recommend meditation in this situation, because I think if you're just sitting there in silence by yourself, your heart's beating, so you're feeling your heart, and then your mind's racing, and that could just fuck everything up more. So you need to be distracted a little bit, and a hard stretch with controlled breathing, it's not going to cause your heart to go faster, but the stretch will give you some fucking endorphins if you take it to sort of like the limit. You don't even have to take it to, just do a light fucking stretch. You're probably tired as fuck anyway. And the breathing, you're going to start real shit at breathing. Breathing's like a skill. Just do 10 breaths. I bet you couldn't even do fucking 10 breaths of controlled breathing. Like deep in, deep out. You wouldn't even be able to do 10. Start with 3 and then work your way up to 10, and then just fucking use that as your goal. You've got to keep everything real simple. When you're going through these periods, you've got to keep everything as simple as fucking possible. Just don't worry about anything else besides the moment. Lie in bed, rest up, don't do anything. If lying in bed is too difficult, like your mind's going too hard, then get down on the floor, YouTube like basic fucking yoga, do some stretches, control your breathing. Because the thing is, like you just said, 20 years of engineering in a job that you fucking hated. So that accumulates on you. Doing something you hate for that long, like you don't get away from that scot-free. There's consequences to doing something like that. So you would have all this shit stored up that you've been suppressing for 20 fucking years, and at some point it breaks. And so you've just got to let it play itself out. All the shit that you've been suppressing, eventually you've got to fucking pay the piper. Eventually you got to process it. And it sounds like you've just come to the end of being able to push it down, and it's coming out, and you've got to grit your teeth and just let it process itself. That's the way I would look at it. But just make your world real small, and I would try those things that I said. If you have any more fucking questions, you know who to come to. Le Boyle is an absolute endless well of wisdom. So implement what I've just told you today. See how you go. It probably won't see the benefits of that for about 2 weeks. But if you can do it for 2 weeks, I think you'll be surprised at how quickly it goes away. Anyway, Benny, fucking, if you're still having problems, just message me. Thank you for the question. That'll do for today, and I'll see ya the fuck later.